All right, guys. So today I think I might just have the beastliest watch we've ever looked at on the channel. If you're not into the big ones, then look away because the new analog Frogman is a monster of a watch. This is the limited edition version, and I believe so far this is the only one that comes on bracelet. Big thanks to Sam from Gem Bijou for lending in the watch. Gem Bijou is a local authorized dealer for G-Shock and many other brands. If you're shopping watches, check them out at gembijou.com. So let's get right to it and take a look at the watch. Now, most of the watches I get from Gem Bijou are brand new, so I'm not able to size the bracelets or really wear them like they should be. Because of that, I consider these videos more of an overview than a full review. First thoughts of the watch, though, were this thing is gigantic. I'll give you the measurements here in a minute, but it is massive. One surprising thing was the weight. I don't have a scale, but on the G-Shock site, they listed at 140 grams. Probably the heaviest part of the watch is the clasp. The links and the watch head itself are extremely lightweight. So let's actually talk about this clasp. Not sure if this is a first for G-Shock using it or not, but it's the first time I've seen a quick adjust clasp mechanism like this. The clasp is solidly built. It's made mostly with milled steel. We've got a dive extension over here on this side. Close that back up. That's a fairly typical dive extension, but what's different is the way they've done the quick adjust system, and I may have to put in a shot over top here just to show you guys up close, but on the underside of the clasp is a small steel roller. To adjust it, you roll your thumb across it. It's threaded so that it lengthens or shortens the bracelet. I gotta admit, I'm not really a fan of that. It works, but it's kind of finicky to use. The case is a monocoque case, so no case back. This is solar with multiband 6, so you shouldn't have to get at the module for a good long time, but if ever you do have to access it through the top side by removing the bezel and crystal. The buttons on the watch are large, so easy to use the functions of the watch. Same goes for the oversized screw-down crown. Like the older gen digital Frogmans, the case is offset. It's a large watch, so I think that helps with the comfort so the case and crown aren't rubbing against the back of your hand, which will help with range of motion on wrist. So when it comes to functions, there's a lot happening with the watch. First of all, we've got dual time. Your local time is displayed with the large hour and minute hands. At the 10 is the small subdial that shows the 24-hour time for your local time. The largest subdial with the orange surround shows a second time zone, and there's an AM/PM indicator there too at the bottom right of that subdial. I'm going to move the hands out of the way so we can see the subdial at the 3 o'clock. You can move the hands at any time by pressing the top left button here, and we'll do that. On the right at the 3 o'clock is the subdial that shows the mode you're in. It's got the day when you're in regular timekeeping mode, then tidal information, a stopwatch, timer, and alarm. This watch also has a dive function or a dive mode. To enter dive mode, you hold down the bottom left button. You're going to need to hold that for about 3 seconds to hear a tone. Takes a second for the hands to move into position. Once you want to start timing your dive, you hit the bottom right button to start. And we'll do that. What's cool about this mode, to keep the dial as clean as possible for the diver, the hour and minute hand actually move in tandem to track elapsed minutes. Now, I'm really just scratching the surface when it comes to what this thing can do, but one function I think is really handy is the time shift. So if you're traveling between time zones and have the second time zone set to your destination, you can swap the times from the main hands and the second time zone by holding the backlight button. And you'll see them make the shift. the mode hand there spins around for a few seconds before it starts keeping time again, but we will wait for that to happen just to give you guys the full effect here. It's a little slow. There we go. And it has completed the time shift. So I guess it's time to talk about size here. The case is kind of hard to measure, but from the top left right here to the bottom right pusher, it's just under 51 millimeters. From the crown to the opposite side of the case is 52.3 millimeters. Where it gets a little crazy is the lug to lug. The end links are huge and they're fixed, so the effective lug to lug here is 68 millimeters. My wrist is 7¼ inches. Any smaller and you're gonna have some overhang. Makes me wonder if the resin strap versions might wear a little bit better. The thickness on the watch is 17.8 millimeters. So yeah, this is a monster of a watch. The watch is an ISO certified diver. Water resist is 200 meters and the crystal is sapphire with an anti-reflective treatment. So here it is on wrist, and although it is large, it's so lightweight, it's surprisingly comfortable. One thing to keep in mind with this model over the non-limited editions with the resin straps is the price. Cost for this one is $16.75 here in Canadian dollars or $12.50 USD. The non-limited models are $10.80 Canadian or $800 USD. Quite the jump there. Pretty amazing watch though still overall, and I'm really liking the black and orange color combination. So that is it, guys. Just a quick look today. Thanks again to Gem Bijou for lending in the watch. Link to their store will be below. Appreciate you stopping by, and we'll see you real soon. Bye-bye. So I know the video's over, but I thought I'd sneak in a little bonus clip here. I have on the left the largest watch I have in my collection, the Tuna, and you can see that it is dwarfed by the Frogman. Yeah, it is a big boy, that is for sure. So just a quick little side-by-side before I let you guys go. Thanks. Bye.